All right. So my first area of interest worksheet, I chose the selected area of climate change and sustainability. So that subfield emerged in behavior analysis back in the 1970s. However, going off of the research that I found in the two articles, the ABAI didn't make it like an official conference until 2012. Um, so what it was behavioral solutions to change climate change, pretty much. And behavior analysts can do that because they have the knowledge that can produce behavior change to make the planet more sustainable. Um, a task list, I'm sorry, that I thought was relevant to that topic was Compliance Code 1.02, Boundaries of Competence. All behavior analysts provide service, teach, and conduct research only within the boundaries of their competence. Um, so I wanted to make that an important part because for me, at least, I thought that behavior analyst was really just under the scope of autism. And it wasn't until this week that I understand now that really, if you can take behavior analytic skills and you can find a behavior that can be changed, you can do so much more with that. So, and I thought that meaning your competence isn't just in autism, it can be in anything that you can imagine as long as you can do research and you can understand the principles behind it. So this subfield's what it strives to accomplish is that behavior analysts strive to make a difference with individuals and behavior to reduce effects on climate change using the principles of applied behavior analysis. Um, with that being said, again, staying under the field of your competence, you have to ask other people for help if you come to that stage. So that means collaborating with other people, other scientists, and just using principles such as operational defining a behavior and positive reinforcement and working with other people. That's going to be a huge, great start. So again, the compliance code that I thought fit with this was 4.01. Behavior analysts design behavior change programs that are conceptually consistent with behavior analytic principles. Again, positive reinforcement. Is there a behavior that we can operationally define and measure? Are there going to be antecedent interventions? Are we going to be able to take data and collect data and apply it to graphs? Next is how effective is the interest area at resolving this issue or problem? So behavior analysts and behavior technology has been proven by data to significantly help in the protection of our environment. That was stated in multiple articles, and it was also, I think, stated in this week's web podcast. So, or the interviews, I'm sorry, how really just like using behavior analytic skills is already proven to help in our environment. Um, so one disadvantage that was mentioned in multiple articles and podcasts was saying, again, staying within our field of competency, do we really have the knowledge and power to go out there and make this big change? Sure. Are we ethically allowed to do it? That's a question. So collaborate with other people, get assistance and still work in the subfield. It'll work out perfectly. Um, we can expand behavior targets and address the problem of long-term maintenance. Behavior analysts have a chance to preserve our environment. So the compliance code that I thought fit with this was 2.11, records and data. Specifically, item A, behavior analysts create, maintain, disseminate, store, retain, and dispose of records and data relating to their research and practice in accordance with laws, regulations, and policies. And I just really think that that played a big role in knowing how effective our behavior analytic principles are to environmental change and how are we going to prove that with the data. So I thought that one fit because what do we have to do? Save the data. Lastly, I selected this interest area mostly because I don't personally think I know as much as I should about climate change. And now that I know that behavior analysts which is a field that I love, could have a part in that. I think it opened my eyes to a really broad picture. So I would really just like to take more time and gain more knowledge in this subfield.